Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pugs' channel. This is round 2 of our match versus Sons of Valor on Seine crossing. It's a GA 16v16 match. Pick up a nice easy kill. This is our alternate rollout. This is the one where we're playing as US and our tank is pushed across middle bridge. Unfortunately, we were getting hit by multiple directions, and I think that's something we need to look at. Is what Custard squad, so Charlie squad, or Custard, Jugs, Nem, and myself, what we do on that first spawn. Nem has gotten into his little hidey hole position, which is good, and we can spawn off him, which is great, but the rest of us didn't really achieve much. I mean, I had that one guy who was out in the open at the start, but anybody could have killed him. He was way out in the open in the middle of the road, no cover whatsoever from any direction. Now we're getting hit from the bridge, which they have taken, and I make a bad decision. I run down toward where immediate cover is, but of course it's really easy for them just to move around. Nem, with a smoke grenade for cover, manages to get the res. He did so well as medic in this match. And I see that guy to my left way too late, but can call it. I didn't do nearly as well in this second round as I did in the first round, and I find I learn a lot more from the times when I'm screwing up. So I learn more from my mistakes than I do from what I do well. So I'm much more kind of interested in this second round because I know I did poorer. I know that guy's still there, and unfortunately, he's got an M16A3. I've got a PKP, and at that range, he's going to have a slight advantage. He was down to 35% health, so I still needed to get at least one more hit on him. Unfortunately, he goes down too. Jugs is still up, can still spawn on him. Our team does have 3 points, so we're still doing well. We're 3 points ahead at the moment, despite the fact that our squad hasn't done nearly as well so far. So we're not doing well pushing E, so I say, why don't we try D? Custard says yes, that's a good idea. See an easy kill there, except I failed to get it. Normally the PKP would pick that up, but it is a less consistent weapon than, you know, most assault rifles and all those sorts of things. But he's a NG, he's low on health, he doesn't have a medic pack or anything, so he just thinks, you know what, I'll risk it and peek out. He was impatient, basically, that enemy, and that's why I got that kill. In that little fight, I was trying to put some suppression on the guy that we could see. I could see his muzzle flash in the smoke, but I wasn't expecting to get a kill there. I was just trying to put some suppression on him so my teammates could get him, which I believe they did. I see that guy in Archers too late, and he picks me up, and I was low on health still. I probably should have been a little bit more cautious with my low health. I had asked for health packs, but Nem's got his smoke grenade launch there. And here I was trying to pick up his gun so I could res him. That's why I was reloading at a weird time then. So I just couldn't find Nem's gun, but I did eventually get there. Alright, and up here I actually cut my video because I need to keep it under 15 minutes to fit it on YouTube. So after I die here, that's an easy kill. That guy barely even moved before dying. We're trying to cover, because Nem has my PKP, he's doing the covering up at the front. I'm trying to watch the spawns up here. But Custard and Jugs are both down, so there's nobody on the point to cover at the moment, so there's no point being up there. I couldn't figure out where those bullets were coming from. And there he is, and he gets me. As soon as I took that first bullet, I should have quit out. Now that's where I cut the video, so basically I've died and respawned, that's all. Get one ping into the back of that dude. I'm on the burn, but I'm not capturing it, so I know somebody's nearby. Unfortunately, I thought I'd checked left, but it turns out I hadn't. Or maybe he was in the bush, I can't remember. I got 2 down. But I do let them know, and I think Custard picked up 2 kills there. Jugs got 1, so... But then Custard has just 1 down.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jugs, man. Missed you.
So we do take D, but we have lost B. They're spawning in towards the E direction, so that guy was in spawn protection, but still easy enough to kill. You can hold the trigger down with the PKP at that distance. You're not going to lose too much accuracy, and you're going to start hitting him as soon as that damned spawn protection wears off. I don't mean damn spawn protection, I actually quite like the spawn protection. But you want to be the one with spawn protection, kind of. Means you're dead, but... Now here, grenade to flush them out, and then come around. They're at least going to be suppressed. Except I couldn't figure out where the hell he was. And I think it was actually up in pharmacy, and I think somebody said that, and then they said that they'd gotten him. Just checking to make sure because I knew I was low in health, so I figured the other guys should be the first in here, and I'll try to cover from behind. Jugs is a long way behind. I don't know why that is. Nem picks up 2 kills there.
Hey guys, I'm on E. Move to me.
Custard's way ahead, as usual. And Nem says, I'll cover you guys. Well, there's bullets coming from corner over there somewhere, but I couldn't see who it was, and I was thinking maybe it was that tank from a really long way away. The bullets did kind of look like tank bullets. And here I thought, well, I'll get forward, and then come up behind the tank when the tank pushes the flag, but the tank never does. So basically I sit here for a while going la da 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 da, waiting for a tank that never comes. And I shouldn't have the C4 out. It does not take long to get the C4 out. So when I see the tank, I can get the C4 out. In the meantime, an infantry could come around that corner, and I'd be sitting there with my C4 in one hand and, well, something else in the other, and I would be dead.
Alright, I'm with you, Pugs. Right behind you, mate.
Probably could have come around that corner a little bit slower, but I could see my teammates were in there, and I was thinking, you know, they must have a fair bit of the area covered from their direction. I'm surprised I picked up a suppression kill assist on that one because he was pretty much dead before I'd started firing. Just as I unzoomed there, I saw that guy duck across towards E. But I'm aware my squad mates aren't really moving forward into position here, so I'm just trying to stay back and cover. Now we're moving forward. I think we do this part quite well. I go down, Custard goes down both, and Jugs goes down, but I think Nem finishes them off. No, we get smashed. Squad down. We do not do well. That is the opposite of well. Our tank's there in support of us. And we've still got C, so it's not a long run back, so it's alright.
Alright, I'm smoking it up.
Smoke is out, and then let us know that was coming, so now we can move into position.
Know where it's coming in.
And we can see the enemy tank coming down there.
Watch archers.
And yet another time in this round where I unscoped just as I saw an enemy. Scope back up. By the time you scope back up, there's nobody there anymore. It was frustrating, but anyway, that happens. Not a hell of a lot you can do about that one. Have better eyes, maybe. Maybe this is the push that we do much better on. So grenades out for a little bit of extra panic inducement in the enemy. And I saw that guy just as I ducked into the cover over there, and I was like, well, I know he's through the flag. If he hasn't moved, I'll pick up a kill, and he hadn't moved, so I was pretty happy with that one. Flag, using the flag as concealment. It's a bit mean.
Alright, smoke them, He's down again. There's one more left up there.
And this is, they were just outnumbered here. I mean, they're easy kills when, you know, I could have died there and it wouldn't have mattered because one of my medics would have gotten to us. And we would have been fine anyway after we mopped them up, so... That's kind of what Neat was talking about, the Zerg that we ran into on Karg when we played that last week.
Alright, moving in with Custard.
You know, that's where having superior numbers can really help.
Spread out on the point, on the burn.
Yep.
We managed to take D. I believe we 5 cap him at this point. So 5 capping is pretty good, but you can look at the scores now, 280 to 200. Whereas when I looked at the scores for the first time in the actual game in the first round, it was like 300 something to 70 or something like that. So obviously we haven't done nearly as well in the second round, but the fact that we've just capped 5 capped, look at that ticket drop. It's like 1 every second, pretty much. That's fast. Custard called to cover their spawn, so I've come over here, although I am split off from my team, so I'm a little bit wary of that, and I'm also wary that basically here I'm trying to cover 2 different sides. The main road there that I'm looking at, plus the right hand kind of infantry passage that they could take. Yes, I see them. I was thinking, oh, I can pick up a double, but I don't. I get the easy one, but not the hard one. And then that guy came up and didn't bother to start shooting at me until way too late. And here I was thinking, I'm starting to push my luck here. They know where I am. I've been on the minimap for a while. I should back off and get a better position. Quite happy with how that played out. And their tank has just arrived too, judging by the shockwaves.
Right, let's get back on D.
So Jugs is with me. He's an RPG, and I think I say, don't let the tank know we're here, so I can see for it. And what do? They shoot it with their assault guns. What? What are you gonna do with a tank? I think they might have thought, you know, with the smoke there, maybe the muzzle flash they can see there is actually infantry, and they were just putting some spam out there. And then we got hit by D. I didn't realise that we were getting hit by D. One of the things I mentioned in the first round is that I want to get better at using that mini-map. For two reasons. One, you can see where enemies are when they've been spotted or when they're firing their unsilenced guns and all those sorts of things. And the second is you have much better map awareness of, you know, if I'd realised D had been taken then, I wouldn't have taken cover, or a lack of cover as it were, where I was. I was covered from the tank, but I had no cover from D. And if I'd realised D was in the enemy position, I would have known that it's quite likely that I'm going to get hit. So, need to use that mini-map a lot more to improve my game. I think that's, if I can do that, I think that'll be the major improver in my game. And I've noticed that in both rounds, both the round where we did well and the round where I haven't done as well. Although our team is still ticking some pretty serious butt. So I've gone from 270 or 280 to 200 to we've lost about 10 or 11 tickets, and they've lost 100 tickets. And we didn't hold the 5 cap for a hell of a long time, but you can just see how much that helps. And this guy started using the shoddy, machete metal, flat shed ammo, and that's not the only time he kills me with it either. I quite like the shotties, although I don't use that gun. I like the 870 and I like the buckshot.
Oh shit.
But he did quite well with the shotty. I reckon he would have done better with the 870 though. It did take him usually 2 shots to kill me. Although that said, he did kill me pretty much every time, I think. Have to wait and see.
Thanks, mate.
That tank is hurt. Oh, and
I've got nothing
down as well.
The tank was still there and I wanted to go and C4 it, and I was ready to C4. And I was like, has the tank just blown up? I'm pretty sure it has. And I thought I might have been out of range there. But apparently not. But I think Nem gets me anyway. Pretty much every single time I blew myself up, Nem got me. There we go. Oh, Custard got me that time. And there's that shotgun guy again. Bastard.
Spawning Custard in 2, 1.
He was shooting me from above, and that's why I took the cover there. And then I looked up because I figured he'd peek over the edge to shoot at me. But he just jumped over like a legend, like some sort of Rambo or Schwarzenegger solo army by himself. And that's him. I got revenge. Haha. See that guy right above me? I thought I could get him from there, but that just couldn't. So I just walked up and shot him. So he wouldn't have been able to see much in all that smoke. Oh, and there was another fish in barrel moment here, and I missed everything. Oh my god. They came back though, so they let me get 1 kill. They were pretty generous.
Alright, he's on B and A.
Safety Dave's over there, covering from J, so
Yeah,
I'll come back and look over this side again. I think we're about, oh no, we're not quite winning. Oh yeah, see they're on E. Call that. Probably shouldn't have shot that much there.
I wish I was recording that. That was like an awesome shot with the RPG.
Ah, sneezy. So here we go. About to win. They're down to 20 tickets. I think Custard called there was still 1 guy here, but I think somebody else picks him up. Maybe Custard. He's got a couple of kills there.
They're in D building. Can't remember what they call it.
There we go. One more down.
I know there's somebody on the point because I'm not capping. And I call it, and I think Jugs, who spawns on me, maybe runs in there and kills him. It's just around the left there.
Nemesis going E.
And that is pretty much that.
Good game, guys.
4 tickets left. And I cut the end off this video too because I needed to keep it under that 15 minutes. So, well done, Ravens. Pretty easy win in the end.
Everyone's
Good
the game
game.
and yep, get screenshots.